Hiya! Captain King!
How's it, guys? Back with another episode of Big Points Theory. Suj, how you been the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, lonely, a one-man show with no extra frills like you just threw in there in the start. Making me look bad, man.
Well, look, it was due to tickling difficulties that I was not able to be on the show, So now that itchiness has gone away, I'm back and I'm itching for some FPL news. So, some of the big news that came about the last couple of weeks is Mendy disappearing. What happened there now? How long is he going to be out?
I think he had an operation. I think should be like end of January or something like that. But for the foreseeable future, he's completely out.
Oh my word. Okay, and De Bruyne again, he's turning out to be made out of like fiberglass or something because he's, one small chip and then he's out.
Yeah, it's not like it's a great loss or anything.
Yeah, he hasn't really performed this season, I would say.
No, I mean that team is so solid that even without him, they're still completely performing well.
Yeah, no, they're unstoppable, eh? Do you really?
Yeah, Liverpool's playing for second.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms of FPL, I mean, it's just clear, right? You gotta have three, fill up as much as you can on City players. I mean, even with those two gone, there's still so many differentials. There's Laporte. I mean, he's a good defender. He's been playing every week. Stones is now obviously he's your risky differential to have a cheap defender in the City lineup. But I mean, damn man, there's Sane, there's Sterling, there's just way too many Silva.
There's a small little gem also at 5.3. If I told you I could get you a defender from the City defense at 5.3, would you take it?
Yeah, it depends. Is he
5.3? Not bad. But anyway.
Not Stones.
No. Delph.
Oh.
Yeah, he plays when Mendy doesn't play. I wait
for himself. Ivan
Ivan
Drago, you're talking about Delph Longman?
Right. That's right. At 5.3, I think it's completely worth it. If he starts every game for City, 5.3, I'll take that.
Okay. Well, look, another piece of news obviously is Hazard's slight injury. So he's not going to play tonight's game in the in the Europa game. He's not going to play.
Yeah.
So that's going to obviously worry some people. But yeah, let's move on to some of the players that we think you guys should be watching. So what do you think of those players there?
Yeah, Sane, damn it. I had a chance to bring him in. I had to talk with Charms and all that, and we debated it. And I was like, he's risky, but when he plays, and he starts and he scores. And I was like, I've got two City owns already. I need a third one. And instead of him, I'm going to take Pogba.
Oh my goodness, that's the worst question.
Sane came through in flying colours, could have rescued a crappy Gameweek for me. But yeah, lesson learned. But yeah, Sane seems to be the one to get in there as a differential and somebody who's...
Dude, I've seen people make memes of him with blonde hair sticking up like this, calling him Super Sane.
Oh no.
Because he scored 30 points in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, he mustn't change his hair color, bro. It's City, if you change your hair color, you stop scoring.
Yeah.
AKA the silver striker.
Yeah. So some people might see a little bit of weirdness going on there. We've got Aguero in the territory, but it's not like he's inconsistent. I mean, it's not that he's not performing per se. It's something that when we go through the captain picks, I'll explain why I think that maybe there can be a case to be made to replace Aguero with Sterling.
Okay. Look, Aguero is literally half the man he is away from home.
That is exactly the point I was going to bring up. So.
Yeah, he gets almost nothing away from home.
Yeah.
So Sterling seems to be a consistent home.
Yeah,
but exactly. I agree with that, Mane. Lacazette, however, he did not start the last game. But does that mean he won't start the next one?
If you look at their fixtures, you will see why I say that. Actually, if I can maybe just quickly go through their fixtures.
That's fine. You just know that everybody should know that this is the meat and potatoes we're going into now. It's 8 game weeks in the next 35 days. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. But that's why people must pay more attention, especially to Spurs and stuff like that, because they seem to be on the up.
Yeah, from
Eriksen scored a goal
team.
last night. I think that was the winning goal against Inter. So
Yeah.
Eriksen's back in the radar. So it's time to maybe get rid of people like Lacazette and Aguero and start pumping in the midfielder.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go to our captain picks for the week. We have captain picks. Do we have captain picks?
Of course we do.
Of course we do.
It can be
Some
they can
I told you about those tickling difficulties. Here we go. So, talk me through the Suj, Aguero, Hazard, and Sterling.
Yeah, look, I went with the City guys because I mean they've got such a juicy fixture at home to Bournemouth. Because I mean Bournemouth away from home, we know they're actually quite useless. They're
Yes.
like the Aguero of teams away from home. Bournemouth, yeah. So
yeah, so
like I said, Aguero away from home is crappy. So I thought with City being so good as they are, surely you would have to go with them when they play at home, irrespective.
Yes. Actually, just to illustrate that, can I just show them? So I have these points up here, right? So just to like show the contrast between the Sterling and Aguero. Look at the number of points. So Sterling has more points. He has around the same BPS. You know, that's the thing that they use to calculate the bonus points and stuff like that. Goals, very similar. Assists, more, it's very similar again. But watch what happens when I now change this to away from home. Look at that. Suddenly Aguero just starts disappearing. Yeah. And Hazard obviously is still like in the running. But after they lost that game against Spurs, it could be a mini collapse. So maybe that's the reason why people might shy away from Hazard this week. But if his injury is just like a minor one and they're going to bring him back, like I might still say go for Hazard, especially if you don't have Sterling. If it's between Hazard and Aguero, it's a tough choice. Because I think they're both playing at home.
Yeah, look, I'm going to ignore that yellow on Hazard and just think that he's playing against Fulham at home. I mean, that's not Spurs. That's not a defense set up to stifle you and break you on the counter. That's Fulham.
Yeah, so basically then your choice is between, I'm just saying, just between Aguero and Hazard is really down to who do you think is a worse team, Bournemouth or Fulham? And I think Fulham are a worse team.
Yeah.
Didn't they just recently replace their coach?
Fulham, didn't they get Ranieri?
Yeah, they got Ranieri, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know how well they've been doing. Like Mitrovic.
No, in the last game, the first game that Ranieri took over, they had a very good result by winning, where Mitrovic scored by winning 3-2 against Southampton. However, they conceded 2 goals against Southampton.
Yeah, I love what you say. However,
need I say more?
No, exactly. So conceding wise, so to me personally, I would say Hazard. What do you say?
I would personally say Aguero, purely based on the fact that Man City is just a better team. They are scoring more goals. They'll definitely score more in this game than Chelsea will.
Okay, but you're not concerned about. Look, one thing that's good about Aguero, or another thing that's good about him, is the fact that for Jesus, because Jesus is like injured. I think he's like slightly injured. He just can't seem to like get up a run of games. So I don't think Pep is like confident enough to say, yeah, okay, Aguero, you can be rested this week or whatever. Make sure he'll play every week. Whereas Sterling has some competition with Mahrez.
Yeah, in the Champions League last night, they both started.
What is Aguero and Sterling?
No. Yeah, Aguero and Sterling started, but Mahrez didn't start. You're right.
Okay.
No, you're right.
Okay. So then, but I will say another thing is that Sterling though, it's almost like your strategy needs to be, if you're behind in your league, then you probably want to maybe take the chance on Sterling there, because Sterling seems to score a lot more in terms of points than Aguero does in a game. I mean, they absolutely smashed, who was it this weekend? And Aguero got nowhere near the points.
Yeah.
Actually, there was like massive disappointment. I know I almost came close to slitting my wrists.
Against West Ham.
Yes, against West Ham. And I mean, they should have, like Aguero should have gotten in amongst the goals, but he got nothing.
Yeah, we've learned our lesson now. Aguero away from home you mustn't rather go with Salah if they're both playing at home.
Salah been nice and consistent, I think he's got like 4 goals in the last 5. I think he just
Yeah.
missed one, but I mean, damn, dude, for that price, it's still.
Yeah, but last night, if last season Salah was Tikka Mo Salah, then last night in the Champions League he was T Mo Salah. It was like diluted, nothing
Yeah,
great. They
he
actually
was.
lost.
Yeah, they were. Oh my
They're
word!
on
I
the
can't
verge.
believe Liverpool lost last night.
They're on the verge of getting out of there if they don't win by if they lose by 2 clear goals. Oh, sorry, if they don't win by 2 clear goals against Napoli, they're gonna be out. They're gonna be into Europa.
Come on, Napoli! I still have Mane in my team. I need him to be motivated to score.
But yeah, just come back to that Aguero and Hazard thing. You know what? Individual records against their teams. Hazard got 3 goals against Fulham in total, like ever playing against Fulham.
Wow.
Aguero also got 3 goals and 1 assist against Bournemouth. But the Okie that's the real standout there is Sterling, who's got 7 goals and 2 assists against Bournemouth. So if Sterling's going to be running higher, there's going to be a lot of goals in that game. If there's a lot of goals in the game and it's at home, I would say Aguero over Hazard.
Oh, so Aguero over Hazard, but Sterling over Aguero.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Sterling would be
That's a good one. That's a
top
good one.
choice for this week.
Okay. No, great. Yeah. So I think that's it for this week. It's gonna be a bit of a tough week, but I think actually no matter what, people are gonna get points this week. Really depends on where you are in your league.
Yeah, look, let's just remember there's another game week on Tuesday, then there's another game week next week Saturday.
What?
So in the next 8 days, there's 3 game weeks. So don't throw your transfers around anywhere and all that.
Oh, thank you for telling me now. After the cream took me
what did
over.
you do? No, that's fine, man. It doesn't affect what we did here.
No, but I'm talking about my own team. This is all about me.
Oh, I thought
The
it was
name
all
is
about the show.
Points Master.
Okay. I thought it was all about the show. I mean, we're working for these guys, yeah. You know?
Okay. Anyway, that's it for this week. Catch us. So wait. So you say the next game week's on Tuesday?
That's right.
Jeez, that means we're gonna have to put out something. Okay, so let's put it this way. Maybe what we will do is, maybe Monday we'll put out something where we'll just talk. We'll just go straight into the captains because I mean, the FPL news. Maybe guys can catch our the news on Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Anyway, Suj, shot a lot, and good luck to the FPL managers out there.
A little bit more luck for me and a little bit of luck for them.
Okay.